The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Diego Castro, bringing you the biggest headlines from around the world. U.S. President Joe Biden is hinting on a deal made between the Democrats and the Republicans over continued support for Ukraine. The U.S. House of Representatives passed a stopgap funding bill on the 11th hour, avoiding the federal government's fourth shutdown in a decade. Notably, aid for Kyiv was left out of the spending bill. But Biden suggests Ukraine aid will not stop anytime soon thanks to a supposed deal made with Republican Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Details of the deal have not been made public. Still, Biden lambasted Republicans for holding up government spending talks and taking the federal government in another near shutdown situation.
Brinkmanship has to end, and there shouldn't be another crisis. There's no excuse for another crisis. Consequently, I strongly urge my Republican friends in Congress not to wait. Don't waste time as you did all summer. Pass a year-long budget agreement. Honor the deal we made a few months ago.
North Korea accuses the U.S. of allowing what it deemed a grave terrorist act against Cuba taking place on American soil. This comes after an assailant attacked the Cuban embassy in Washington with 2 Molotov cocktails. No casualties or significant damage has been reported. Pyongyang says this was a result of the, quote, despicable anti-Cuban intentions of the U.S. For its part, the White House strongly condemned the attack and said investigations by law enforcement authorities are still underway. The United Kingdom is looking to build more attack submarines. British Defence Minister Grant Shapps announced a £4 billion deal to build at-sea nuclear deterrence on Sunday. US, Australia, and Britain earlier unveiled details of the AUKUS plan. This is a defense pact to provide Australia with nuclear-powered attack submarines from the early 2030s to help counter China's ambitions in the Indo-Pacific region.
Our ultimate national insurance policy is, of course, our at-sea nuclear deterrent. We've signed contracts worth £4 billion with leading British businesses to drive forward the development of the most powerful attack submarines ever operated by the Royal Navy.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now World. I'm Diego Castro. At least 100,000 refugees arrived in Armenia following Azerbaijan's military operations in Nagorno-Karabakh. Footage released by the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees showed the refugees waiting for buses with their belongings. Most of them arrived in southern Armenia. This comes after an Azerbaijani offensive that returned the breakaway region of Nagorno-Karabakh to Baku's control. The refugees said they feared persecution and ethnic cleansing despite Azerbaijan's promises of safety. Nagorno-Karabakh is internationally recognized as part of Azerbaijan. However, it's populated mainly by Armenian Christians who set up the self-styled Republic of Artsakh 30 years ago during the Soviet Union's collapse. Still on Nagorno-Karabakh, a United Nations mission has arrived in the region as the mass exodus of ethnic Armenians began drawing to a close. This comes after the Azerbaijani military's offensive last month. Armenia has asked the World Court to order Azerbaijan to withdraw all its troops from civilian establishments in the region to give the UN access. The UN mission is global body's first access to the region in about 30 years. Fireworks lit up Hong Kong's Victoria Harbour on Sunday, dazzling spectators on China's 74th National Day. Police estimate over 430,000 locals and tourists gathered to witness the first National Day fireworks display in 5 years. The show has previously been cancelled or suspended due to social movement restrictions during the height of the pandemic. The 23-minute display cost about $2 million and featured over 31,000 fireworks, which took various shapes like red hearts, smiling faces, and five-pointed stars. Among those who joined the festivities are Filipinos working in Hong Kong, who reveled at the sight of loud, colorful fireworks.
Well, I'm so excited to be here because here is almost 5 years, right? And then that's why so many people come to Hong Kong, like from China or from Macau. It's very crowded, but it's so much fun tonight. And this maybe 13,000, right, for the fireworks. And then it's so beautiful tonight.
And those are the top world headlines of the hour. Join us again at 9:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.